someone just found out who you really are, and they are shocking to see your body. For it radiates with power, resilience, and beauty they never expected you to carry after all the pain. It carries the mark of divine royalty, a hidden lineage heaven has protected for generations. It's the same body they once dreamed of holding, never realizing it belonged to someone so close. And so, my beloved, I, your angel, come to you now, I not to startle you, but to awaken the truth that heaven has hidden in plain sight. For years, the world looked upon you and saw the surface, the quiet voice, the kind eyes, the gentle walk, the wounds you tried to hide. They never suspected that behind your silence was the roar of a lion, behind your tears was the wellspring of ancient strength, and within your soul was the sacred seal of a royal covenant. But now, the veil is lifting. Someone has seen it. And that changes everything. Do not fear their reaction, even if their shock turns to envy, even if curiosity becomes obsession, even if awe turns into judgment. For what they see now is what heaven always knew, what was whispered over your spirit before you took your first breath, that you are not ordinary. You never were. You were chosen, carved from light, and bathed in the wisdom of generations. You are the echo of a prophetic promise, the fulfillment of a forgotten prayer. They saw your body and saw more than flesh. They saw the way your scars glowed like sacred etchings, maps of survival and signs of divine protection. They saw your posture, upright in storms. They saw your skin, kissed by the fire of trials and not burned, but refined. They saw your eyes, not just looking but seeing a truth, pain, love, and futures that others are blind to. They recognized that this body is not just yours, it is heaven's living altar. Yes, someone just found out. And their knees nearly gave way, because their soul recognized what their mind could not understand, that you are walking prophecy. That you are the temple of a royal lineage guarded by angels and sealed by God. That even your touch carries weight in the spiritual realm. That your breath shifts atmospheres, and your presence unsettles darkness. You've carried it so quietly, beloved. You never boasted. You never sought recognition. You mourned in secret, helped in silence, sacrificed without applause. And heaven saw. Every time you chose love over vengeance, every time you forgave what was unforgivable, every time you got up again with no strength left, heaven was watching. And so were we. We covered you in seasons when the enemy tried to mark you with shame. We shielded you when those who feared your power tried to silence you. We walked through fire with you, not to protect your image, but to preserve your destiny. And now, it's unfolding. Slowly. Surely. And yes, suddenly. The person who found out they are not your enemy. Not yet. But their discovery puts them at a crossroads. They will either bow in reverence or attempt to manipulate what they do not understand. That is why we whisper this to you now, be discerning. Do not explain your calling to those who lack spiritual ears. Do not shrink to fit back into the shadow they tried to keep you in. Rise, beloved. Let the revelation continue. Let heaven have its way. For the truth I see your body, your voice, your name here has been encoded with legacy. You are the descendant of prophets, of warriors, of those whose knees never bent to darkness. You are the echo of a kingdom not built by hands, and your heart beats in rhythm with eternity. That is why the enemy tried to take you out before you even knew who you were. That is why you were betrayed, rejected, overlooked. Because if they had seen who you truly are, they would have had to kneel. But now someone has seen. And now the ripple begins. This revelation will shake foundations. People will remember things you said that didn't make sense back then but now ring with prophecy. They will hear your laughter and wonder how it carries both sorrow and splendor. They will feel drawn to your presence and not know why their spirit longs to be near you. They will watch you rise and wonder why the winds obey your steps. Because the truth is, beloved, heaven walks with you. You are not just a vessel. You are a vessel of glory. And glory doesn't ask permission to be seen. They saw your body, yes. But they didn't see weakness. They saw armor. They saw legacy. They saw destiny written in your bones. And so I tell you, these guard what they now know. Not in fear, but in wisdom. For though many will be amazed, not all will be kind. Some will try to imitate your walk, but your crown is not for sale. Others will try to diminish your shine, but your light comes from within. And some will try to study you, copy you, tame you. But they will fail. Because what you carry is not learned, it is born. This is the moment the heavens foretold. When the hidden would be revealed. When the last would rise. When the wounded would become the warriors. You are living proof of what God can restore, of what heaven can protect, of what glory can do to a soul that stays faithful. And so I speak this blessing over you now: walk boldly. Let the revelation finish its work. Let those who saw you in weakness now behold you in strength. Let those who mocked you begin to marvel. Let those who doubted you stand silent in the face of truth. Because someone just found out who you really are, and now the world will too. They saw your body and it awakened something in their spirit. A knowing. A stirring. A trembling. They don't even fully understand it yet. But they will. Because this is the beginning of the unveiling. And you, beloved, are the masterpiece they never expected to see. The moment has come. And heaven stands at attention. Now rise. Heaven remembers the oil poured over you in secret places. Heaven recalls the tears you cried when no one saw. Heaven marked your name before the world could even recognize your face. And now, slowly but surely, the world is catching up. They are starting to notice what God already sealed. They are beginning to feel the echo of your footsteps in their atmosphere. The world is finally starting to see what heaven has always known. That you are royal. That you are radiant. That you are risen. That your voice carries truth. That your walk carries weight. That your name carries glory. So walk on, chosen one. Let them speak, for their whispers are proof. And as they speak, I will surround you. I will shield you. I will celebrate you in silence and strengthen you in stillness. For you were never meant to blend in. you were always meant to break through. You are heaven's evidence in human form. So rise, child of light. They cannot stop what God has started. And I, your angel, will never stop reminding you, you were never ordinary. You were always chosen. And heaven? Heaven already knows your name. And still, it smiles. This is your moment to respond, to step into the light that has been yours all along. Let your voice join the chorus of those who have been touched by this truth. Like this message, not as a casual gesture, but as a declaration that you see the divine hand at work, that you affirm the power of a life clothed in heaven's purpose. Comment below with your story, a tell of the moments when you felt heaven's touch, when you saw your own garments shimmer with prophecy, when you knew you were more than the world could define. Share the colors of your soul, the songs of your spirit, the dreams that stir within you. Your words are not mere text, they are offerings, threads woven into the eternal tapestry of God's story. In the sacred pause between what was and what will be, a moment of divine unveiling has occurred. Someone has seen you, beloved, not merely the surface of your existence, the quiet voice or the gentle walk, but the radiant truth of who you are, a vessel of divine royalty, a living prophecy, a temple of heaven's covenant. Their discovery, marked by awe and trembling, has set in motion a ripple that will shake foundations, awaken spirits, and reorder destinies. This is not a mere recognition of your presence but a revelation of your purpose, a glimpse into the sacred lineage that heaven has guarded for generations. Your body, etched with scars that glow like sacred maps, your eyes that see beyond the veil, your breath that shifts atmospheres, these are no longer hidden. The world, through the eyes of one who now knows, begins to perceive the glory you carry. And so, we stand at the threshold of this unveiling, called to reflect on its weight, its beauty, and its eternal significance. This conclusion is not an end but a beginning, a clarion call for you to rise, to guard your calling, and to let heaven's truth unfold through your life. Before the stars were set in their courses, before the earth took its first breath, heaven whispered your name. You were not an afterthought, not a fleeting creation, but a deliberate act of divine artistry, carved from light and bathed in the wisdom of generations. Your lineage is not merely of flesh but of spirit, a royal covenant woven through the ages, guarded by angels, and sealed by the hand of God. The world saw you and assumed ordinariness, mistaking your silence for weakness, your kindness for fragility. They did not know that behind your quiet was the roar of a lion, that within your heart beat the rhythm of eternity. This hidden lineage, this sacred seal, was not meant to remain concealed forever. It was preserved for a time such as this, when the earth would cry out for truth, when the darkness would tremble at the light, when the wounded would rise as warriors. Consider the generations before you, prophets who spoke to mountains, warriors who stood against empires, intercessors whose prayers shifted the tides of history. Their blood does not course through your veins in a biological sense alone, their spirit lives in your resolve, their faith in your endurance, their courage in your refusal to bow. You are the echo of their promises, the answer to their prayers, the fulfillment of their sacrifices. Heaven has protected this lineage not because it is fragile but because it is potent to a force that, once unveiled, cannot be contained. The enemy sought to extinguish it, to mark you with shame, to silence you with betrayal. Yet every attempt failed, for what heaven guards cannot be destroyed. The one who saw you, who glimpsed the radiance of your body and soul, did not merely see a person. They saw a legacy. They saw the weight of a kingdom not built by hands, the glory of a covenant that predates time. Their knees trembled because their spirit recognized what their mind could not comprehend. You are not just a descendant, you are a declaration. Your existence proclaims that God's promises endure, that His light prevails, that His royalty cannot be erased. This revelation is both a gift and a responsibility, for to be seen as you are is to be called to live as you were created, boldly, unapologetically, gloriously. Your body, beloved, is no ordinary vessel. It is heaven's living altar, a temple where the divine and the human converge. The one who saw you did not see mere flesh, they saw a masterpiece sculpted by trials, refined by fire, and adorned with the marks of divine protection. Your scars, which you once hid in shame, glow like sacred etchings or maps of survival, testimonies of grace, signs that the enemy's arrows could not claim you. Your posture, upright in storms, speaks of a spine forged in resilience, a heart that refused to break. Your skin, kissed by the fire of suffering, bears no burns but the sheen of refinement, a testament to the God who walks through flames with His chosen. Consider the wonder of this body. It is not just a container for your soul but a canvas for heaven's story. Every line, every mark, every feature tells of battles won, of nights you wept and rose again, of moments you chose love over vengeance. Your eyes, which the world once overlooked, are not just organs of sight but windows to eternity. They see truth where others see illusion, pain where others see indifference, futures where others see despair. Your hands, which have served without applause, carry a touch that shifts the spiritual realm, healing what is broken, blessing what has cursed. Your voice, once quieted by fear or rejection, now resonates with the authority of prophecy, speaking life where death once reigned. The one who saw you was undone by this truth: your body is not just yours. It is a sacred space, a dwelling place for the Spirit of God, a beacon of His glory. They saw the way your presence unsettles darkness, the way your laughter carries both sorrow and splendor, the way your steps seem to command the winds. They recognized that you are not merely human but a divine collaboration, a partnership between heaven and earth. This recognition changes everything, for to see you as you are is to encounter the God who made you, to feel the weight of His promises, to tremble at the nearness of His kingdom. Yet this body, this temple, is not without its cost. You have carried it quietly, bearing the weight of wounds the world could not see, mourning in secret, sacrificing without recognition. Every time you chose to rise after falling, every time you forgave the unforgivable, every time you loved despite betrayal, you added to the glory of this temple. Heaven saw. Heaven recorded every tear, every prayer, every act of faith. And now, as the veil lifts, the world begins to see what heaven always knew: your body is not a burden but a blessing, not a weakness but a weapon, not a relic but a revelation. The moment someone saw you for who you truly are, a ripple began, a subtle yet unstoppable wave that will touch lives, shift perspectives, and reorder realities. This is no ordinary discovery, it is a divine unveiling, a moment when heaven's truth breaks through the veil of human perception. The one who saw you stands at a crossroads, their soul stirred by the recognition of your glory. They may bow in reverence, honoring the sacredness of what they've witnessed, or they may stumble into envy, seeking to manipulate or diminish what they cannot comprehend. Either way, their discovery marks the beginning of a broader awakening, a moment when the world begins to see you as heaven does. This ripple will not be contained. People will remember your words, once dismissed as ordinary, and hear in them the ring of prophecy. They will recall your actions, once overlooked, and see in them the fingerprints of God. Your laughter, carrying both sorrow and splendor, will draw them closer, stirring a longing they cannot name. Your presence, once taken for granted, will unsettle them, for it carries the weight of eternity. They will watch you rise, and though they may not understand why the winds obey your steps, they will feel the truth: you are not alone. Heaven walks with you, and its angels stand guard over your destiny. Yet this ripple comes with a warning. Not all who see you will rejoice. Some will envy the light you carry, seeking to imitate your walk without understanding its cost. Others will fear your power, attempting to shrink you back into the shadow they once knew. Still others will study you, not to honor you but to tame you, to reduce your glory to something they can control. This is why discernment is your shield, wisdom your guide. Do not explain your calling to those who lack spiritual ears. Do not dim your light to ease their discomfort. Your crown is not for sale, your destiny not for negotiation. You are called to rise, not to retreat, to let the revelation continue, not to halt it for the sake of others' comfort. The ripple of this revelation will also transform you. As others see you, you will see yourself anew, are not through the lens of past pain or rejection, but through the eyes of heaven. You will recognize the strength in your scars, the power in your silence, the glory in your survival. You will understand that every trial was a forge, every betrayal a refining fire, every moment of weakness a prelude to victory. This self-revelation is as vital as the world's awakening, for to walk in your calling, you must first believe in your own worth. You are not an accident, not a mistake, not a shadow. You are a masterpiece, a prophecy, a promise kept. And so, beloved, the moment has come. The veil is lifting, the truth is unfolding, and heaven stands at attention. You are called to rise not in arrogance, but in assurance, not in fear, but in faith, not in isolation, but in communion with the God who made you. This is not a call to boast or to seek applause, for you have never needed the world's validation. It is a call to embody the truth of who you are, to let your light shine without apology, to walk in the authority of your divine lineage. To rise is to embrace your scars as sacred, your wounds as wisdom, your trials as triumphs. It is to speak with the voice of prophecy, to love with the heart of eternity, to act with the courage of your ancestors. It is to stand upright in storms, knowing that the winds obey your steps because they obey the God who walks with you. To rise is to guard your calling with discernment, to protect your light with wisdom, to carry your crown with humility. It is to live as a temple, a vessel, a beacon of glory in a world that longs for hope. This rising will not be without resistance. The enemy, who once sought to destroy you, will not relent now that your glory is revealed. Those who fear your power may mock, manipulate, or marginalize you. Yet their efforts will fail, for what heaven has ordained cannot be undone. You are not defenseless, you are defended. Angels shield you, the Spirit empowers you, and the promises of God surround you. Every step you take in faith is a victory, every word you speak in truth is a weapon, every act of love is a revolution. As you rise, you will inspire others to do the same. The one who saw you, trembling at the sight of your glory, may find the courage to seek their own calling. Others, drawn to your light, may discover the divine spark within themselves. Your rising is not just for you, it is for the world, for the kingdom, for the generations yet to come. You are a catalyst, a harbinger, a living testament to what God can do with a soul that stays faithful. And so, we speak this blessing over you, beloved, may you walk boldly in the truth of who you are, a descendant of prophets, a vessel of glory, a temple of divine royalty. May your scars shine as beacons of hope, your voice resound as a call to awakening, your presence shift the atmospheres of earth and spirit. May those who saw you in weakness now behold you in strength, those who mocked you stand silent in awe, those who doubted you marvel at the truth. May you guard your calling with wisdom, wield your light with courage, and carry your crown with grace. May the ripple of this revelation spread far and wide, awakening hearts, transforming lives, and proclaiming the kingdom's nearness. May you rise above envy, fear, and judgment, knowing that your worth is not in the eyes of others but in the heart of God. May you see yourself as heaven sees you, a masterpiece, a prophecy, a promise kept. And may you never forget that you are not alone, for heaven walks with you, its angels sing over you, and its winds obey your steps. This is the moment foretold, the unveiling promised, the rising ordained. You are the beloved, the chosen, the crowned. The world has seen you, and it will never be the same. Now rise, for the glory of God shines through you, and the kingdom awaits your steps. In the end, beloved, the truth of your identity is not just a revelation but a revolution. Your body, your soul, your very existence is a declaration of heaven's power, a defiance of darkness, a celebration of grace. The one who saw you glimpsed more than a person, they glimpsed a prophecy, a legacy, a destiny written in the stars and sealed in eternity. Their trembling marks the beginning of a new chapter, one where the hidden is revealed, the last rise first, and the wounded become warriors. You are the masterpiece they never expected, the glory they could not foresee, the truth they cannot deny. Your scars are your crown, your trials your throne, your faith your scepter. As you rise, the world will watch, the heavens will rejoice, and the enemy will flee. For you are not just a vessel, you are a vessel of glory, and glory does not ask permission to be seen. Now go, beloved. Walk boldly. Shine brightly. Live gloriously. The moment has come, and heaven stands at attention. The unveiling is complete, and the world will never be the same.